What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about something really exciting. I shot a video for Xbox for their TikTok channel, and in this video I'm going to tell you how I got the job and how I shot it, but let's watch the video first. So for the past year, I've been putting out constant videos on TikTok, and one day a brand reached out to me. It was like a marketing agency. They reached out that Xbox wanted to do a video with me. I guess they saw my videos that I put out on TikTok, and then they liked my work, so they want to collaborate with it. And I think it's really important that you shoot stuff for social media. I just shot stuff like that I found in my home, like I shot my phone, then I shot like a perfume commercial, and I just put it out on social media. And sometimes these brands see it and then they want to work with you. So I feel like even though like TikTok is really like booming right now, you should get on there and you should post out your videos. And you never know, a lot of brands are on there now and they might recognize you and then they want to work with you if your work's good. And don't get discouraged if your videos don't do well at the beginning. Mine didn't do well in the beginning, and then one video did just blow off, and then a lot of people saw it and they're going to gain a lot of followers. Just keep putting out good content and eventually it will grow if you stay consistent. So what they wanted me to do is create a 30-second commercial for their TikTok channel, and they had a 30-year anniversary coming up with all the past consoles, and they wanted me to film all the consoles in one video, like make a commercial for every console they have. And it was hard getting all the consoles. Like I had to go all over Vancouver to get the older ones. They sent me the two new ones, but I had to get the other ones by myself, and I looked all over Marketplace, and I guess I kind of found it. It was harder to find the older ones, but I found one in really good condition, so I grabbed it. I had to drive far, and then yeah, it was just like a hassle to get them all, but I managed to get them, and then I just started shooting the video. Let's jump into the first setup and go from there. So for the original console, I'm trying to go with a darker look because this console is over 20 years old and has some scratches. I mean, it's pretty good condition. I got it on a Facebook Marketplace and I actually got a pretty good one. And I wanted to keep it a little darker to hide a little bit that it's that old. And how I'm doing this is I'm just going to place the light in the back of the console to backlight it, which makes it look really cinematic. And this console, I mean, the texture is a little bit oily and stuff like that, and I tried to clean it, but it's not really working. So yeah, this is why I keep it a little darker, and the nanolight power tubes are perfect for that because I can dial in this green color because it has the HSI color, and I can basically dial in any color I want. And I'm going with the green, which is like the brand logo, and I'm just having the Lazy Susan rotate the console and spinning around, and I'm starting off in complete darkness. So I'm turning off the power tube and then just turning it on, and then just slowly coming into light to kind of reveal the console. And I have it standing up because it has this nice X shape. I want to highlight that, and also like make it turn around to reveal a little bit of like the style. I have starting off with a full body shot, and then I'm also going to use the probe lens, the 24mm, because I'm shooting on the FX3 with the Tamron to 28 to 75 right now for the full shot. And then I'm also going to use the probe lens to have the controller, the original controller, in the foreground, and kind of have the console with the X in the background, which looks really cool. And the controller is again rotating in the front, which is really close to the lens, and then the Xbox is in the background. And what's challenging here is that I have to shoot for TikTok. So you have to shoot vertical video, but I'm actually shooting in horizontal and then I'm cropping in. So because I want to make also a YouTube video out of that. And I kind of like, yeah, vertical video is kind of weird to shoot, I would say, because yeah, I'm not really used to it yet, even though I shoot on my phone all the time. But yeah, if you shoot with a normal camera, it's kind of weird to use it like this when you're filming. And it's good to have like markers. I have a monitor where you can put the markers on that you really have to see to what extent you can crop in and that if you're wide enough. So yeah, I'm shooting in mind that it goes onto vertical video, onto TikTok. So always keep that in mind, what your video is going to be delivered for, and just make sure you have enough space to either crop in or zoom in. I'm also filming the behind the scenes for this. I'm actually filming this with my phone because I don't have a second camera yet because I sold all my gear. So I'm filming that with the new iPhone. Let me know how you think the quality is. I think it's way better than the other one I had before. But yeah, let's jump into the next setup. It's going to be the second Xbox they come out. Let's see how that goes. So for the Xbox 360, I'm just using one power tube in the beginning, and I have the controller set up, hooked up to the power. And what you can do is you can trigger the power button when you turn on the controller. This light here in the front, it lights up. So I'm just having it sitting still, and then I'm just using one power tube and pressing the button on the controller at the same time. So this light lights up, and then at the same time I'm just revealing it from behind, from the side here, and it's just like a nice opening, really cinematic opening, because the light goes on and then you just see the edge of the console, which looks really nice. And then I'm just trying to get the logo here on the side, the Xbox 360 logo with the Pro blends, and I'm just using the power tube to just kind of go over and just kind of swishing over it with the light tube, which really highlights the brand name. And then also this looks here really nice with the where the disc comes out. The Xbox 360 is kind of in a silver writing, and I'm just going over this, just highlighting a little bit of the features, and I'm also going over with the tube to kind of highlight the edges of the Xbox, just playing around with the light a little bit. Sometimes I just have the product sitting there and just going over with the light tube and see kind of what looks good on the camera. And always what helps is having movement, so that's why I'm using the Lazy Susan to have the console move around, and this also makes it look really more cinematic. I don't have my slider with me because I just moved to Canada, so I will get a slider soon. When you have two axis movement, when you're kind of pushing in on the slider and then the console also moves, that would be nice. But you can also fake it and post a little bit. It's not as good as the real thing, but you can just zoom in and post a little bit to really highlight the cinematic feel of the commercial. And yeah, again, I just want to play around with the light a little bit. Remember, this is a TikTok video and I'm going to show the behind the scenes, so I have some cool stuff when I'm waving around. This is always good for social media. And yeah, as you know, I like it really cinematic. That's why I'm going for the edgy look, and I feel this is really suiting for this commercial. So for the third console, I actually use the pixel effect on the Nanlite power tube. And what this does is it just a color goes through the tube, and it's a real cool shot because I have the console at first starting off flat on the table here, and just have it like without anything and on the black backdrop. And then just this tube starts to go from left to right with the green color and the white color, and it's just like sitting there, and it's a nice still opening shot to show off the whole console at first. And then I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit and have it rotate, also have it up and like rotate on an angle kind of, and get some nice detail shots. Again, just with the tube in the background, and I'm using the smaller tube to kind of highlight some of the parts of the console, like the logo or this little where the disc goes in, just or the texture here, just going over a little bit and highlighting it. It's a little tricky because like those consoles all look the same kind of, and you just have to find interesting things. And then you know that I like to keep it real cinematic, so that's what I'm going for, just to reveal a little bit. And this looks nice here with the edges. The hard thing about these consoles is that this is also a little bit dusty, and I mean, I try to clean it off, but it's always like, if it's black and then the dust is obviously white, it's just hard to see, especially with the Pro blends. When I'm going in really close, I'm just wiping it off and then the dust comes on right again. So it's really hard to clean it off, but you want to have it clean because this doesn't look professional. I wish I had a microfiber cloth. I think that would be a little easier, but kind of it's really dusty here in this Airbnb. So this dust is flying around, so it's really hard to shoot it, but there's no other way than to just clean it off and make the most out of it. So for the generation S and X, I kept it really simple. I just had a little reveal from under the table. So the table was kind of blocking the light that came from the nail light pabo tube, and it just was pulling it up from under the table and just kind of revealing, shining the light on the console. And while it was on the Lazy Susan, it's kind of rotated towards the light, and it looked really cool with the white one. And then I did the same with the black one, just the same kind of style to have the light block off by the table it's sitting on. And then I also did some, because the X has a little cool, this little grid on top, which looks really cool with some green paint on it. And I just hovered over with the nanolite power tube to reveal and swipe the light over the grid kind of. And it looks really cool when the light kind of illuminates it out of the darkness and you see that green tint. Yeah, I think this is like the aesthetic of the Xbox X Series X that comes out when you see the grid. You really know this is an Xbox X, and I really wanted to highlight this in this video. So that's it. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I hope you learned something today. A free and easy way to support the channel is hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, you might consider doing so. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram at sebpicmedia, and I will see you in the next video.